Okay, buddy, let's go ahead and talk about the lesson today. So, what we're talking about are problems with two different things going on. So, our example, let's take a look at it. I'm on page 316. Page 316. So, the Marshall High School Athletic Association sells tickets for the weekly football game. Students pay $5 a ticket, and adults pay $10 per ticket. Okay, so I set up 5S plus 10A to raise $3,000 equals $3,000. Now, I like S's because they always look like 5, so I just changed to 5X plus 10Y equals 3,000. Okay, so then there are lots of ways to answer this. One answer, just one answer, is we could sell 400 students and 100 adults. Okay, and how do we check that? Well, if we put the 5 in, or put the 400 in for 500, we have 5, put the 400 in for X times 400 plus my 10 times 100, and I'd get 2,000 plus 1,000, and that equals 3,000. Now, there's lots of ways. There's even possibly, well, let's take a look at all the possible answers, okay, because there's lots and lots of other answers. So what we did is then if we graphed it, okay, if we graph this, and again, student tickets, we let be X, and we had the adult tickets be Y, we wind up with this equation. Now, the easiest way to graph this without solving for Y is simply to do it by intercepts, okay? So if I cover up method, if I solve for A, I'd get 300, boom, cover up. If I solve for S, I'd get 600, boom, and I could just draw it. Now, I didn't draw the line all the way through because we can't have negative tickets, okay? Domain is between 0 and 600 tickets for the students, and from 0 to 300 for the adults. You can't sell any more or any less. If you do, then you would be out of the $3,000 range, okay? Now, you can look at it differently, okay? So if I went and solved for it, and I got the slope, negative 1/2, which means for every student ticket sell, you got to, or one adult tickets sell, you've got to sell 2 student tickets, okay? And then we talked about what happens if you switch it around. So this is the other way. What happens if you did instead, the adults were X and the students were Y? You'd get an equation like, let's see, what was the equation? It was how much were adult tickets? 10. You'd have a 10X plus a 5Y equals 3,000, okay? The only thing I would change on this graph is I really don't like it. In fact, they make it go forever because there is no such thing as negative tickets, so I just got rid of that. I'm like, wait a minute, that's wrong. Can't have negative tickets, that's just dumb. So, and that helps us with our domain range, okay? Now, if you do it, you let adult tickets be X, or student tickets be X, you wind up with the same kind of answers, right? You really do. Just everything's opposite. The domain range is opposite, the slopes are opposite, but you can still solve the problem, okay? So that's what we kind of looked at today. And I also have a worksheet for you to do today that deals with this, okay? All right, so that's all I have, and we will wrap the lesson up.